In the high-stakes realm of international spying, nothing compares to the drama of the U.S. Navy spotting a foreign spy ship. A stealthy vessel, bristling with cutting-edge tech, gliding silently across vast oceans. Its mission? To uncover top-secret details about America's military and advanced technology, aiming straight for the heart of U.S. power. What kinds of secrets might this ship be trying to uncover? And how does the U.S. Navy stay one step ahead of such high-tech spying? Join us as we uncover the incredible procedures and protocols that come into play when the U.S. Navy intercepts a foreign spy ship. In March 2023, the Russian Navy ship Kilia embarked on a bold and provocative 10-day journey along Japan's coastline, showcasing Russia's growing maritime assertiveness. The Kilia, a Project 864 or Vyshnya-class signals intelligence gathering ship, is part of the Russian Pacific Fleet stationed in the Sea of Japan. These ships are equipped with advanced electronic surveillance systems capable of intercepting and deciphering communications, radar signals, and other electronic emissions from nearby boats and coastal installations. The Kilia's route was carefully designed to maximize intelligence gathering, starting in the Sea of Japan and passing through the Tsushima Strait into the East China Sea, before entering the Western Pacific via the strategic Miyako Strait. This thorough path enabled the Kilia to scan extensive areas of Japanese territory, including the main island of Honshu and the southwestern islands. The Miyako Strait is a particularly significant naval choke point, often monitored by both Japanese and U.S. forces due to its strategic importance for maritime traffic between the East China Sea and the Pacific Ocean. Japan's Self-Defense Forces Joint Staff closely monitored the Kilia's movements and issued at least 3 reports detailing its activities. On March 24th, the ship was spotted scanning Honshu while sailing westward, north of Sato Island in the Sea of Japan. Sato Island itself is notable for its historical significance and its rich deposits of gold and silver, which have been mined for centuries. By March 30th, the Kilia had entered the East China Sea and navigated through the Miyako Strait between the Japanese islands of Miyako and Okinawa, areas known for their vibrant coral reefs and strategic military bases, including the significant U.S. military presence on Okinawa. The last known position of the ship was reported on April 4th, south of Hatara Island, which lies in Japan's southwestern islands. This region is strategically significant as it lies along one of the main maritime routes in the Pacific. Japan's response was immediate and comprehensive. The country deployed the JS Omi, a Mashu-class replenishment ship, and a P-3C Orion maritime patrol aircraft. The JS Omi is a key component of Japan's naval logistics, designed for refueling and resupplying other vessels at sea. The P-3C Orion, on the other hand, is renowned for its advanced anti-submarine warfare capabilities. This rapid response underscored Japan's deep concern over the Russian ship's presence. The incident carried broader implications beyond Japan's borders. Approximately 60% of the 50,000 U.S. troops stationed in Okinawa, a strategic island base for the United States in the Pacific, could have been affected. The presence of the Russian vessel, known as the Karelia, was seen as a potential threat to U.S. military operations in the region. Every signal intercepted and every communication overhead could offer crucial intelligence on the operational plans and technological capabilities of both Japanese and American forces. Adding to the tension, Russia conducted a significant show of force that same week. They deployed 2 Tu-95 MS bombers capable of carrying nuclear weapons and were escorted by 2 Su-30SM fighter jets. This 10-hour patrol over the Sea of Japan was not only a display of Russia's military might, but also a direct challenge to the regional balance of power. In response, Japan was compelled to scramble its air defense interceptors, which included advanced F-15J and F-2 fighter jets, to ensure its airspace was secure. The Russian Navy recently conducted a series of anti-drone exercises and airstrike defense drills near the Kuril Islands, a group of volcanic islands that lie off the southeastern coast of Russia and the northern coast of Japan. This region, known as the Northern Territories in Japan, has been a focal point of a long-standing territorial dispute between the two countries since World War II. The exercises involved Russian corvettes, a type of small, agile warship designed for anti-submarine and anti-aircraft operations, which are well suited to defending against modern threats such as drones and airstrikes. These drills highlight the ongoing tensions and the complex geopolitical dynamics in the region. The Kuril Islands dispute is not only a matter of national pride for both Russia and Japan, but also a strategic concern, as control over these islands would grant significant advantages in terms of maritime navigation and resource access in the rich fishing grounds and potential energy reserves of the surrounding waters. The increased naval activity around Japan is part of a broader trend of heightened maritime presence by both Russian and Chinese forces in the area. This trend reflects growing strategic competition, with both nations seeking to exert influence over key maritime routes and regional security. In a related incident on June 3, 2023, tensions in the region were further escalated when a Chinese warship conducted what the U.S. military termed an unsafe maritime interaction with the USS Chung-hoon, an American guided missile destroyer. The encounter took place in the Taiwan Strait, a crucial and narrow waterway that separates Taiwan from mainland China and serves as a key international shipping route. This incident marked the second major provocation by the Chinese military within a week, underscoring the increasingly confrontational nature of China's maritime strategy. During this incident, the USS Chung-hoon was on a routine transit through international waters, accompanied by the Canadian frigate HMCS Montreal, which was also participating in the routine patrol. The Chinese naval vessel, the PLA Luoyang 3 DDG-132, recently engaged in a series of high-risk maneuvers near the U.S. Navy destroyer Chung-hoon, a type of Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. According to the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, the incident unfolded as the Chinese warship aggressively overtook the Chung-hoon on its port side, crossing directly in front of its bow at a dangerously close distance of just 150 yards. For context, 150 yards is roughly equivalent to 1.5 football fields, a narrow gap that could have led to a severe collision. This reckless maneuver forced the U.S. destroyer to rapidly reduce its speed to 10 knots and execute sharp, evasive maneuvers to avoid a crash. The risk of collision was heightened due to Chung-hoon's reliance on advanced but complex systems for navigation and collision avoidance, making sudden maneuvers crucial for safety. Following this dangerous interaction, the Chinese ship performed a second aggressive pass, this time at a safer distance of 2,000 yards, but still within a proximity that posed a significant risk. The Chinese vessel then maintained a position off the destroyer's port side, which further exacerbated the tense situation. The entire episode was captured on video by journalists from the Canadian news outlet Global News, who were aboard the HMCS Montreal, a Halifax-class frigate. The footage clearly showed the Chinese warship cutting across the Chung-hoon's path in a manner that appeared deliberate and provocative. The U.S. Indo-Pacific Command denounced the Chinese warship's actions, emphasizing that these maneuvers violated the rules of the road under international maritime law, which are designed to ensure safe and orderly navigation in open waters. Such actions not only jeopardize the safety of naval vessels, but also strain international relations, highlighting the tense nature of military interactions in contested maritime regions. This incident is part of a growing trend of increasingly aggressive actions by the Chinese military in the region. One fascinating element of this dynamic involves the presence of foreign spy ships. But what exactly are these spy ships, and how does the U.S. Navy handle them? Foreign intelligence gathering vessels come in various types, each tailored for specific missions. For example, ships like the Karelia are known as signals intelligence ships. These sophisticated floating sensors are equipped with advanced technology to intercept and analyze a wide range of communications and electronic emissions. SIGINT ships can detect everything from radio signals to satellite communications, making them crucial for monitoring and interpreting adversarial activities. On the other hand, electronic intelligence ships focus more narrowly on radar and other non-communication signals. These ships use specialized equipment to detect and analyze radar emissions, helping to map out an opponent's electronic warfare capabilities. ELINT ships play a critical role in understanding how an enemy deploys its radar systems and other electronic countermeasures. To make matters more interesting, Some spy ships are equipped with highly sensitive equipment that can monitor emissions from a wide array of sources, including military exercises and covert operations. These ships are often equipped with advanced algorithms and artificial intelligence to filter and analyze data in real time. Detecting and identifying these spy ships is a challenging task that draws on the full spectrum of U.S. naval and intelligence capabilities. The U.S. Navy employs a combination of radar systems, sonar, and satellite surveillance to track and monitor these vessels. In addition, naval intelligence officers use complex algorithms and data analytics to piece together the movements and activities of these ships, ensuring that they are properly identified and their missions are understood. Advanced radar systems, whether stationed on land or mounted on ships and aircraft, serve as the primary line of defense in modern naval operations. These radars, equipped with cutting-edge technology, can detect vessels from hundreds of miles away, but their capabilities extend beyond mere detection. For instance, some radar systems use high-frequency signals that can penetrate through weather conditions like fog or storms, providing reliable tracking in challenging environments. Satellite surveillance adds another crucial layer of security. By orbiting the Earth, satellites offer a comprehensive bird's-eye view, enabling continuous monitoring of vast oceanic expanses. This space-based capability is particularly vital for tracking elusive vessels, such as the Corellia, which might operate far beyond the reach of traditional naval patrols. Satellites equipped with infrared sensors can even detect the heat signatures of ships, making it possible to track vessels even when they are hidden by clouds or darkness. Intelligence sharing among allied nations is integral to maritime security. The Corellia incident highlighted the importance of collaboration between the U.S. and Japan. During this event, Japanese forces provided real-time tracking and identification of the Russian vessel, utilizing sophisticated tracking systems that combined radar, satellite data, and electronic intelligence. This cooperation ensured that the vessel was accurately identified and monitored. Visual confirmation remains a critical step in verifying the identity of suspicious vessels. Maritime patrol planes, equipped with high-resolution cameras and advanced sensors, can provide detailed close-up observations. Carrier-based fighters, with their ability to quickly deploy from aircraft carriers, can also be dispatched for rapid reconnaissance. Additionally, nearby naval ships might be called upon to provide visual identification, cross-referencing the vessel's characteristics with known profiles of foreign intelligence ships. These multi-layered defense systems and international cooperation ensure a robust and comprehensive approach to maritime security, enabling the detection and tracking of potential threats with remarkable precision and effectiveness. When a foreign spy ship is detected, a sophisticated and well-orchestrated response system springs into action. The first crucial step involves alerting the entire chain of command. Information rapidly travels up through the hierarchy, ensuring that top officials and decision-makers at every level have real-time awareness of the situation. This immediate flow of information is vital for coordinating a swift and effective response. Simultaneously, military aircraft are dispatched for closer observation. These could include long-range maritime patrol planes like the P-8 Poseidon, renowned for its advanced surveillance capabilities and sonar systems designed to track submarines from the sky. Alternatively, fighter jets such as the F/A-18 Hornet, capable of rapid intercepts and precise identification, may be deployed. These aircraft use state-of-the-art radar and electronic warfare systems to gather intelligence on the intruding vessel. Naval assets in the vicinity are also repositioned to monitor the situation closely. In some cases, this involves moving destroyers or frigates equipped with advanced tracking and weapon systems. This response was notably demonstrated during the Corellia and Chung-Hoon incidents, where Allied naval forces quickly maneuvered to shadow and keep close tabs on the foreign vessels. When an interception becomes necessary, the U.S. Navy adheres to strict protocols designed to balance assertiveness with safety. Maintaining a safe distance is paramount to avoid escalation and ensure the safety of both the naval forces and the intercepted vessel. This approach contrasts sharply with the more aggressive tactics sometimes employed by other navies, such as the Chinese warship's dangerous maneuvers near the USS Chung-Hoon, which involved risky close encounters and rapid course changes. Communication with the foreign vessel is established via radio, starting with standard maritime signals. These initial communications aim to identify the ship, convey the seriousness of the situation, and attempt to resolve the encounter peacefully. The protocols ensure that any escalation is managed in a controlled manner, reflecting the Navy's commitment to maintaining maritime security while minimizing risks. When a ship fails to respond or identify itself when prompted, more urgent and forceful warnings may be issued. To communicate intentions and requests, internationally recognized signals, such as flag hoists or light signals, might be used. These visual signals are designed to cut through language barriers, making it immediately clear that the intercepting ship is present and has a specific purpose. For instance, in maritime interception, ships may use a combination of international signal flags, each with its meaning, or a series of light flashes from signal lamps to convey messages. These methods are standardized, ensuring that even ships from different nations understand the commands being given. In some situations, escort ships, which are often equipped with advanced surveillance technology, might be deployed to bracket the foreign vessel. This strategy effectively steers it away from sensitive areas or keeps it under close observation. These escort ships are equipped with radar, sonar, and other tracking devices to monitor the vessel's every move. Once the interception is underway, the detailed analysis of the foreign ship's movements begins. Every alteration in its course or speed is scrutinized for potential insights into its mission and intentions. This meticulous tracking helps assess whether the vessel poses a threat or if its presence is benign. For advanced vessels like the U.S. Navy's Corellia, analyzing electronic emissions is crucial. Specialized equipment on board can detect, categorize, and analyze different types of electronic signals emitted by the ship, such as radar or communication frequencies. This information is vital for counterintelligence, helping to understand the ship's capabilities and intentions. High-resolution photography and video recordings are also used to document every detail of the foreign vessel. Modern cameras and imaging equipment capture sharp images of the ship's exterior, including its antenna arrays, hull markings, and any unique features. Throughout this process, information is constantly exchanged with allies to manage the delicate balance of power. In today's volatile geopolitical environment, the risk of escalation is ever present. The intricate web of international relations adds multiple layers of complexity to naval operations. For example, recent incidents like the near collision between Chinese warships and the USS Chang'un highlight the heightened risk of accidental conflicts. This encounter, which occurred in June 2023, underscored how close naval forces can come to a serious incident due to unsafe maneuvers. In critical areas such as the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait, where competing nations assert overlapping claims, the stakes are particularly high. The South China Sea is a hotspot with over $3 trillion worth of trade passing through its waters annually and overlapping territorial claims from China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei. Similarly, the Taiwan Strait, a narrow body of water separating Taiwan from mainland China, is a focal point of tension due to China's claim over Taiwan and the U.S.'s support for Taiwan's defense. Every military movement in these contested regions is thoroughly analyzed and can be politically misinterpreted, further complicating diplomatic relations. For instance, the presence of U.S. aircraft carriers or the conduct of joint military exercises with regional allies can be seen as provocations by China, potentially escalating tensions. The broader context of U.S.-China and U.S.-Russia relations magnifies these risks. Diplomatic relations between the U.S. and China have been increasingly strained, especially following the U.S.'s criticism of China's role in the Ukraine conflict. China's support for Russia, including providing economic aid and helping rebuild Russia's defense industry, has been a significant point of contention. In response to these tensions, the U.S. has strengthened its naval presence in the Indo-Pacific region, conducting freedom of navigation operations to challenge China's extensive territorial claims. These strained relations cast a significant shadow over naval operations in the Pacific. The potential for miscalculation at sea is high, with every maneuver and communication scrutinized. An unintended misinterpretation of a signal or an overly aggressive action by a naval commander could lead to a serious incident with far-reaching consequences. impacting not only regional stability but also global security dynamics. This land-based conflict is having a profound impact on maritime affairs, affecting the strategic environment in which naval forces operate. For instance, the trade tensions between the United States and China are not just economic but also affect naval strategy, adding a complex layer to international relations. The U.S. is committed to preserving peace and stability in the vital waterways of the Indo-Pacific region. This commitment is especially evident as China has increased its military presence near Taiwan, a move that has heightened scrutiny of every U.S. naval operation in the area. For example, the USS Chung-hoon, a guided missile destroyer, faced a dangerous encounter with a Chinese destroyer in June 2023, highlighting the high-stakes nature of these maritime interactions. The South China Sea is another critical flashpoint. China's aggressive expansion, which includes building military installations on artificial islands, has raised tensions with neighboring countries and drawn international condemnation. This sea, through which approximately $3.4 trillion in trade passes annually, has become a battleground for influence, with nations like the Philippines and Vietnam clashing with Beijing over territorial claims. Meanwhile, while the world focuses on the US-China rivalry, the dynamics between the US and Russia are also crucial. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has far-reaching consequences beyond Eastern Europe, influencing global naval strategies. For instance, the US and its NATO allies have adjusted their naval deployments in response to Russian activities in the Black Sea and the Arctic. These adjustments include increased patrols and joint exercises to counteract Russian naval expansion and assertiveness. Thus, the intertwined nature of these conflicts and naval strategies underscores the global ramifications of regional disputes, affecting how major powers navigate and exert influence across the world's oceans. Russian naval activities near US allies, such as the recent Celius mission off Japan, have taken on heightened importance. This mission involved a large Russian naval task force, including advanced submarines and surface ships, which conducted a series of provocative maneuvers. The actions of the US and Russia in the naval arena are seen as part of a larger, high-stakes competition between the two superpowers. Every move is closely analyzed to understand how it might impact intelligence gathering or military strategy. One of the most pressing issues now is cybersecurity, which has become a pivotal factor in this naval rivalry. As naval technology becomes more advanced and interconnected, new vulnerabilities are emerging. Modern naval ships rely heavily on complex software and network systems, making them increasingly vulnerable to cyber attacks. These attacks could target not just land-based infrastructure, but also disrupt the operations of ships while they are at sea. Such disruptions might interfere with crucial functions like navigation, communication, and weapon systems, potentially leading to severe failures or even catastrophic accidents. In addition to these concerns, the Arctic region has become a significant focal point in the naval competition between the US and Russia. Both countries are intensifying their activities in this strategically important area, adding another layer of complexity to the ongoing rivalry. As climate change accelerates the melting of Arctic ice, new shipping routes, such as the Northern Sea Route, are becoming more accessible. These routes offer faster and more economical passage between Europe and Asia, prompting both the US and Russia to enhance their naval presence in the region. Additionally, the Arctic is rich in untapped natural resources, including oil and gas, further intensifying the competition. Russia has already expanded its military infrastructure in the Arctic, including the establishment of new bases and the deployment of advanced icebreakers, while the US is also ramping up its activities to ensure strategic interests are protected. The US Navy has ramped up its activities in the Arctic, just as Russia is expanding its northern fleet. This surge in Arctic operations is driven by the region's increasing strategic importance due to melting ice, which is opening new shipping routes and access to vast untapped natural resources. The Navy's efforts to intercept foreign spy ships are far more than a simple game of hide-and-seek on the ocean. This mission involves sophisticated technology like unmanned drones, satellite surveillance, and advanced cyber warfare capabilities, coupled with intricate strategies and adherence to international laws, all delicately balanced on the edge of potential conflict. With geopolitical tensions escalating, especially between the US and countries like China and Russia, these maritime confrontations become even more critical. The incidents we've examined, from the Kellis's electronic spying near Japan to the dangerous close calls in the Taiwan Strait, highlight the changing dynamics of naval intelligence and counterintelligence operations. The Kellis, for instance, was detected using state-of-the-art signals intelligence equipment to intercept Japanese military communications, demonstrating the cutting-edge nature of modern espionage. Similarly, the near-miss incidents in the Taiwan Strait underscore the high stakes of these encounters, as both US and Chinese naval forces navigate this highly contested waterway, each trying to assert their dominance without triggering open conflict. These events not only reflect the growing sophistication of naval warfare, but also the increasing importance of maritime dominance in global power plays. They highlight how crucial the US Navy is in maintaining freedom of navigation and protecting the interests of America and its allies. As we head into the future, the challenges facing naval forces are set to become even more complex. Technological advances will not only create sophisticated new forms of naval espionage, like cyber warfare and stealth surveillance, but also provide cutting-edge tools for detection and interception. For instance, innovations in satellite technology and unmanned underwater vehicles are enhancing the Navy's ability to monitor vast areas and detect potential threats. Additionally, the growing presence of artificial intelligence in naval systems is transforming how intelligence is gathered and analyzed, making it easier to identify and respond to potential dangers. The shifting balance of power in regions like the Indo-Pacific, where countries such as China are expanding their naval capabilities, will continue to challenge the skills and resolve of naval forces worldwide. The Indo-Pacific is becoming a hotspot for maritime competition, with nations increasing their military presence and investing in advanced naval technologies. One thing is certain: the US Navy must continually adapt, innovate, and collaborate with its allies to stay ahead of emerging threats. This includes strengthening partnerships through joint exercises and sharing intelligence with allies to enhance collective security. The ability to effectively intercept and neutralize the threat posed by foreign spy ships and other forms of espionage is crucial. For example, recent developments in electronic warfare and counterintelligence operations are vital in protecting national security and ensuring global stability. As technology evolves, the US Navy's strategic response to these challenges will play a key role in shaping the future of international maritime security. What are your thoughts about the amazing steps and rules that the US Navy follows when they spot a foreign spy ship? Let us have your opinions in the comment below.